Going on, everybody? It's Caleb over at Mainly Customs, and we got the Nova. We've done a little bit more on the Nova. We're on our final coat of high build. We still have some work to do down on the body line anyway. However, we're not going to be working on the Nova today. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do some custom stuff. Maybe you want to paint your own bike, maybe you want to paint skateboards. I paint skateboards just for fun, just for practice. I definitely paint bikes. We mid-process with this one. Still got a flow coat to do on it, but I don't really know what you would call this bike. Kind of going for that like old school look. Something that looks kind of patina but kind of new with a bunch of pearl in it. This is definitely going to be a sweet bike. A lot of gold pearl, a lot of pinstriping. I can't tell if you guys can see it, but this whole thing has crystal effects on it. We made our own crystals for it. But we're going to end up taking that skateboard down there and we're going to turn it into something like this. I'm going to show you guys how to do it, different techniques, different ways you can do it. We're not going to go super complex. This is going to be more of a how-to video. This is something you can do in your shop, your garage. Christ, you could even do this at your living room, literally, if you didn't mind the little bit of paint fumes. Everything on this is going to be done with single stage, excluding the clear coat. However, you could use some 2K clear coat in a can. But this is going to be a cheap how-to video. Again, this isn't, you're not going to have to go spend $700-800 on a paint gun. I'll be surprised if I even use a paint gun in this video. I might end up using my jam gun, but let me hop off this real quick. Let me go and get myself set up, get everything out, and we'll just go from there. And I'll hopefully teach you guys how to do some stuff and maybe give you some ambition to go right ahead, paint your own bike, do your own project, maybe learn a little bit, learn some crazy stuff, learn how pearls work, how flakes work, how to do some crazy designs, how to pinstripe. And then if you guys want to follow more of me, we're working on this Nova. I'll have some videos up this weekend of this. I'm going to try doing a lot more of how-to videos, cool stuff. Everything I do is going to be body shop and paint work related. So I'll see you guys in a minute. So we are back. Our piece is dry. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys. We might see a little bit of this, but like I said, this is more of a learning curve. Over here, I got my live on TikTok. For those of you guys who do follow me on YouTube, just understand TikTok is where I post the most. I have I think I have about 25,000 followers on there. So like I said, we have 1/2 inch tape, we have 1.5 inch, we have 1/4 inch, and we have 1/8 inch tape. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna go right ahead. Let's just grab a piece of 1/2 inch tape. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's go close to that line that was there before. And just remember, when you go and lay your tape, what you're gonna end up doing is when you paint over this, when you pull your tape, you're gonna see your base coat, your base layer. So we got that going on there. Let's go right ahead and let's lay another piece. Try to keep it all even. We'll pull that right off. Make sure you push it down. This paint still might be a little bit tacky. Yep, so a little tacky, but not too bad anyway. Go right ahead, lay that down. Like I said, this is all nascent single stage. And we'll go right ahead, we'll play with some 1/8 inch. Just run it like that. Like I said, we're not doing anything crazy. This is just more or less to show you guys how it all works. And we'll go for about a 1/2 inch gap on that one. What's going on, everybody from TikTok? This is the fun thing about this. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you want to do it. I mean, you can just go crazy with it. So I'm thinking we'll just start doing this little, I call it sun effect, where we just start tight with one end and start going wider with the other end. And just remember, when you go to pull this tape, after we paint over it, that is where you're gonna end up seeing what's under it. That's why we left some of these defects out, because we're gonna paint over it. And again, I didn't spend any time prepping this. All I did was a quick 320. This is just more or less to show you guys how to play with tape. and do custom bike paint jobs and whatnot. Yeah, you do, Jamie, bud. It's definitely been a minute. Now we're gonna work on trying to get this 1/4" tape to come undone. How you been, buddy? Now, I will say from, you got your truck on the road. I know you said you wanted me to tint that. We'll come back in, we'll add some 1/4" in a couple spots. I'm thinking what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight sideways. That way, if we want to add a design on the end, we still have the capability of doing that. Like I said, nothing about this is going to be perfect at all. Now we got that on there. What I'm thinking we're going to do is we'll tape off this end down here. All I'm doing is I'm just lightly pressing that. Not pushing it too deep. The only reason this is here is to keep the overspray out of the way. Oh, I'm making a YouTube video just showing how to do some playing with some fine line. I had somebody who saw some of these bike paint jobs and skateboards and stuff, and wanted to know how to do some fine line, and basically doing a rough demonstration. So we'll come right over here. I got 2 reds. You know what? We'll just go with some bright red. Or we could go with black, but I'm thinking we'll just hit it with some red. We'll just go thick down here. Like I said, this is all Nason single stage. We use it because it dries quick. Lay that all right in red. Bang, bada boom. And you know what? We'll go for a fade effect. We'll fade out some black. Just like that. Bang, bada boom. I need to find a place to ship a 3-wheeler from Fender. You could ship it here if you want, buddy. It won't bother me at all. You still have 3-wheelers? This cool thing about single stage is I literally just grab the heat gun real quick and I'll just hit it. And I mean, when I say this stuff dries up in, you know, minutes, it dries up in minutes. We'll just hit that real quick. It'll help it start activating. Lay that down. Start pulling our tape. This is where I said having a trash can next to you really helps, because by the time you're done something like this, you make a complete mess. This is where we find out how tacky our base layer was. Pull that back and we'll just keep on pulling. The blue looks like it was good. The blue was what I was worried about because that was still a little bit tacky. Now, if you don't wait for your paint that you just laid to completely dry, you want to be careful pulling your tape. What I mean by that is you don't want to go to pull one piece and pull 12 pieces and have another piece land on top of something that's still tacky and or wet. But I do recommend trying to pull it off when you can, as soon as you can, for multiple reasons. Pull that right off. You want to try pulling it nice and low. And these are the 2 pieces I'm kind of worried about. The 1/2 inch where it was still a little bit tacky, but looks like we're going to be just all right. It's not like we're trying to go for a show quality on this skateboard. I'm just learning. Teaching, I should say. Might have you do the racing stripes on my OBS hood. Yeah, dude, I could do that. Don't bother me at all. The Nova you've been watching me build, I'm really hoping he lets me do the hood and the roof on that with some lace. So we got that all hit. We're gonna add some more, but real quick, we're just gonna give it one more final hit with the heat gun over here. Like I said, this is why I use single stage. Hit that real quick, bang, bada boom. Like I said, we're not doing any, this is no show quality. Look at that. Just painted that, what, 2 minutes ago, and I can scrape my hand right over it. That's why we use single stage for this. Clear coated after, but that is why we use that. So I like what we got going on here. I kind of like this. So what I'm thinking is we'll come over here, we'll do something over here. This is the fun part where, again, you can just kind of roll with whatever you want to do. See, you kind of want it all to play together. Sometimes you don't. It really depends. So what I'm thinking is we'll use those holes that are on the skateboard itself. We'll come right across like that. We'll just pull that tape real quick. We'll run a 1/2 inch stripe right here so we have a break off point. Butt it right up against the paint that we just sprayed. Just like that. And the reason we're doing that is so we can cut these tails right off. So now whatever I lay up to this, I can just cut it on top of that 1/2 inch tape. We'll press that down real quick. And we'll just kind of roll with it, see what we end up liking. So thinking we'll go kind of tight on this side, a little bit more of a design perspective per se. Pull that. Run this, just like that. You want to try keeping things semi-symmetrical. Try to keep your lines tight. If you're not really good at like creating an 1/8 inch gap, you can actually lay the tape next to each other, lay a third one, and then pull the middle out, and you'll have an exact perfect line. What's going on, Matt? Thanks for the follow, Dan. Right, Dan? Yep, Dan. We'll grab some 1/4 inch and we'll go for more of a 1/2 inch gap. Again, for the guys who have not been here, we're not creating any show skateboard or anything. This is not perfect. All this is for is just to show you guys how to do some fine line, how quick it is, and how it's really not that hard. We'll cut that middle out, pull that up, bang, bada boom. Now we got that nice line going there. We pulled out some 1/4 inch there. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we're gonna change this up. We'll go straight down the board, come up here, and we'll just curve it. We'll go for about a 1/2 inch line there, 1/2 inch gap, pre-existing line.